Yo, what's up guys? I hope you all are well. I'm back with another video, and today is going to be a continuation of the tom tuning video that I did about a week ago. But today I'm going to be discussing some dampening techniques that I use on my toms. I know you guys are probably wondering where I'm at right now because you're not used to seeing this type of background. I'm actually in my hotel room in Dubai. I didn't have enough time to record the talking segments before I left out of town, so I had to bring a small setup with me and get it done while I was here. I made a commitment to myself that I would be more consistent on YouTube this year, and also that I would continue to share value with you guys and more knowledge. So that's what I'm doing. I'm getting it done. So real quick, let's talk about dampening for a minute. The whole purpose of dampening drums is to, well, there are different reasons, but the reason why I dampen my drums most of the time is to have a more focused sound and a more focused tone out of each drum. Even though after we tune the drums and everything, even though the overtones are still in tune with each other, they sometimes can be a little distracting, especially when you're recording or when you have mics on the drums. Sometimes we want to have a more focused tone and be able to tame those overtones. So this is the reason and the main reason why I use dampening. And I'm going to be demonstrating that in this video as well. So in this particular video, I'm going to be using Drumdots. This is what I use for dampening my drums, mainly snares and toms. They have the original size drum dot. This is the original size. And then they have the minis. I use both depending on the type of drum and also whatever tone or sound I'm going for. You all are going to be able to hear how it affects the sound of the drum as well. I'm going to go through all of that and the process of where I place the drum dots on the drum, how far away from the rim, etc. So you all are going to be able to hear everything. So before we get into the video, I would like to ask you all to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, if you haven't checked out the tom tuning video, you can click on the link in the description or above. All right, guys, let's get to it. So first thing first, let's see how these drums sound with no dampening. Never assume that when you see toms or any drum with no dampening that they automatically need dampening. They may already sound good as they are with no dampening, and you may already have the sound that you're looking for. So always play the drums with nothing on them first just to see what they sound like. Let's test that. So I think the drums sound great, but the tones are not as focused as I would like them to be. The overtones are a little bit distracting for me once I mic these drums and play and record and listen back. So I'm going to start by placing one drum dot on each drum. For the rack toms, I'm going to use the drum dot minis, and for the floor tom, I'm going to use the original size drum dot. And also, as you can see, I'm placing the drum dot closer to the rim. The further you have the drum dot towards the center of the drum, the more it's going to deaden the drum and keep it from resonating. So my 10 and my 12 sound great to me, but my 8-inch tom sounds a little dead. It's almost as if when I added the drum dot, it took the life out of the drum. So here's another thing that you want to pay attention to. When you add any type of dampening, you want to be aware of how it affects the natural tone to see if it made it better or made it worse. So in this case, I'm going to remove the drum dot from the 8-inch tom. In addition to that, I'm going to add 2 more drum dots to my 16-inch floor tom because it's ringing a little bit too much for me. as far as the overtones. So I'm going to try that and see if that makes it better and focuses the tone a little bit more. Now I'm loving how these toms are sounding. I just have one issue. My 16-inch floor tom is sustaining way too long. So I'm going to show you all something that I do. The drum tuning police might get me, but I'm going to show you guys anyway. And this is something that I do, and it works for me every time. I'm not saying that you guys have to do this, but this is what works for me. So basically, I take a small hand towel, I fold it in half long ways, and then I take a strip of gaff tape, place it across the top on the back side of the towel, putting the towel in the center of the strip of tape. So it's not the entire towel, but it's about an inch of the top of the towel. And I'm placing it about an inch from the rim on the resonant head. Now there are several other ways that you can do this. However, when you don't have time to take the heads off of the drum and put something on the inside, this is the most effective way to get the job done, in my opinion. This is my solution for getting rid of the long sustain in the floor tom. So real quick, I wanted to show you all how this drum is going to sound if I move the drum dot closer to the center of the drum. All right, now let's move it towards the center. Let's see how this sounds. Let's move it back a little. So you can hear how the drum dot changes the sound of the drum depending on where it's placed. So I would suggest starting near the rim first and then make adjustments from there as needed. I hope you all found this video to be helpful. If there's anything in this video that I didn't cover, or if you have any questions about anything relating to tom tuning or tom dampening, be sure to comment below. Also, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, be on the lookout for the kick drum tuning video as well as the snare drum tuning video. Coming soon. Until next time, peace.